We keep them busy. Now they want to actually make money too. They asking for too much. They're asking for too much. Pick up the order, drop it off. That's all you got to do. And yeah, we only pay the drivers $2. So what? And they better drop that order off and take a picture, or we might give them a violation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm legally blind.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Has anybody had issues with Doordash recently? Because I think I've learned my lesson and I'm just going to start picking up my food from now on. Long story short, I placed an order at 6 o'clock for food to be delivered at 8 o'clock. I placed it through the Wingstop website.
You see this customer. These are the kinds of customers that give us problems. First off, she says she placed the order through the Wingstop website. If you ordering food and you know you need it to be for delivery, don't just automatically assume that any place in the whole world has delivery drivers. 90% of the places that you customers order from are sending those orders out for delivery. Now, I understand if it's a pizza spot. I understand if it's a spot that normally facilitates delivery on their own. But if you ordering from a spot, I don't care if they have delivery available on their website. If you ordering from a spot and they normally don't offer you delivery because they don't have delivery drivers, you should automatically assume that it's going to be a driver. And that extra step of added ordering through the merchant website versus just simply opening up your DoorDash app and ordering it there, that right there causes the root of most of your issues. But let's proceed.
And I got confirmation from them that they received it and that Doordash would be the one that was delivering my food. I got a text message at 7:35 that my Dasher was waiting at the restaurant and waiting for my food. I checked it again about 8:15 because we still hadn't received our food.
So at 7:35, she got a message that the Dasher was at the restaurant and waiting on the food. Well, if you place this order at 6 o'clock through the Wingstop website, and at 7:35, you finally got a Dasher assigned to it, it sounds like they started making the food in preparation for it to be done at 8 o'clock.
And I try to give the restaurant and the DoorDasher grace because you don't know what's going on at that moment. Another 15 minutes goes by. It's now 8:30 and I'm checking the app again and it still says that the Dasher is waiting for my food. So I call Wingstop at 8:38 and I talk to a gentleman who was very, very sweet. He goes, "Ma'am, your food has been sitting here for 30 minutes and there is not a Dasher waiting for your food." I said, "Cool, I'm on my way." I start driving over there. I get there, I park, and I see this other car pull up. So I'm getting out of my car, and as I'm walking into Wingstop, I get a text message that your Dasher has picked up your food at, I think, 8:49. I said, "Yeah, I can see her." So I go up to her and I said, "Are you so-and-so?" And I had her name wrong, which was my bad. And she goes, "No, that's not me." I said, "Well, is this food for Ashley?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "That's me. I've been waiting for it. The app said you were sitting here waiting for my food, which you clearly weren't." She goes, "Well, I just got it." That's funny because your name that you just told me is your name matches the name that said at 7:35 that you were sitting and waiting for my food. So then I asked her, I said, "Can I just have my food?" And she goes, "No, I have to deliver it." I said, "Ma'am, you want to follow me to my house to hand it to me in my driveway?" I said, "Can I just give you my license?" And she goes, "Well, I need to find out from support. Is that okay?" I was like, she goes, "Can I take a picture of it?" I said, "Yeah, that's fine." Then I get a text message right after that that says that so-and-so has handed off your food to you. Yeah, at the restaurant in the parking lot that I had to drive to because she wasn't there even though she said she was. So long story short, I come home, I'm eating my dinner. I was just, finding out from DoorDash how we can fix this situation. Because I gave this girl 20% tip, which I always tip my DoorDashers and my delivery drivers well, because I know that they work off their tips. But I just tipped this girl 20% and she handed me my food in the parking lot of the restaurant. So DoorDash tells me that I have to get a refund from my Dasher. I said, "So from the girl that I gave a picture of my driver's license to, I don't know her from Adam, but you want me to contact her and make her mad and ask for a refund?" I'm really disappointed in DoorDash. Wingstop was fabulous. Their employees were fabulous. But DoorDash, can we just do a little bit better?
This customer got the game messed up. They think that it's DoorDash's fault for this, but honestly, this is not DoorDash's fault. DoorDash facilitated this order as a third party. This order was placed on the Wingstop website. And I get it. This customer may be frustrated that they didn't get their food at their scheduled time, but it's the customer's fault. And I'm gonna explain why. If you schedule the order for delivery, thinking everything gonna be seamless, I understand why you might be frustrated, but let me break it down for you. Had you simply opened up your DoorDash app, placed that order, and then scheduled it out on the DoorDash app, none of these issues would have arisen because you claim you tip 20%. But that 20% that you place on the Wingstop website, they are not forwarding that 20% tip onto the Dasher. That's why when you got that initial message at 7:35 saying that a Dasher was waiting on your order, they probably accepted it, realized that they was only getting paid $2 and there was no tip on there because you placed it on the Wingstop website, and that gave Wingstop the power to third party that delivery out and remove any tip and give that to the in-house Wingstop employees, or better yet, it probably went to Wingstop corporate. So not only did the Dasher not get the tip on that order, the Wingstop employees in there didn't either. That 20% tip that you thought was going to a delivery driver, that you thought was going to a DoorDash driver, is going straight to the merchant, to the corporate office of whatever merchant website you decide to place that order on. This is why customers who want food brung to their house should never be ordering on the merchant side. 9 times out of 10, if you placing a small $30 order at Wingstop, Buffalo Wild Wings, Panera, they keeping whatever tip you throw on there. You think that they putting it out to the driver doing the right thing, but they not. So when that delivery gets facilitated by a third party, which is the DoorDash driver, they giving them the least amount of money possible, no tip that you applied on there, and it's gonna show up as $2. So when that Dasher get there and they accept that order and they look down and realize that they might have made a bad decision, they unassign themselves from your order. And now you have to wait for a whole new Dasher. And yes, your food is being prepared, is being cooked, and that's why your food sat there from 8 o'clock all the way until 8:30, until the base pay on that order on the DoorDash side went up high enough for somebody to take that order. So after you've, waited basically a whole extra hour for your order, drove all the way up there, wasted your gas, your time, your energy, did everything you didn't want to do when you placed this order for delivery. Now that you've came up there and did all that, that amount of time has made that the base pay go up on this offer to where somebody is trying to facilitate it. And it's basically as simple as that. Listen, if you're a customer out there and you want to get your food and you want to get it fast, the first thing you need to do is understand where you're ordering from. Understand if you're ordering from a merchant that has delivery drivers. And if they don't, you should just assume that it's coming from a DoorDash driver. And then if you want to take it a step further, if you just go ahead and look, see what you have available for delivery in your area on the DoorDash app, you can get rid of a lot of these issues. Because if you're trying to order from a place and they're not available on DoorDash, then that means that if that place offers delivery, they're going to be third partying that order out, meaning that you are more likely to have issues with any potential driver that accept that order because they're going to be making less money than they normally would. So I want to say, look, shout out to this customer for putting herself on blast and letting everybody know the full details of everything that transpired, because I want to help educate customers so they don't have situations like this and be frustrated, because she probably spent her hard-earned money trying to get a meal at the end of the night, placed the order at 6 p.m., but guess what? She had to drive up there and still didn't get the food until 9 p.m., 3 hours later, an hour past the scheduled time that she wanted it. And guess what? That food was cold as that one thing because it already sat for an hour and she still had to drive home and warm it up. So if you want to make sure you don't end up in a situation like this customer did, listen, never place an order on the Wingstop website. Customers who want Wingstop for delivery, you are getting a DoorDash driver or Uber Eats driver. So if you can't place that order on DoorDash app or the Uber Eats app, do not go to Wingstop merchant app and place that order, because they will mess it up. They will not forward that tip to the driver, and you're going to be frustrated at the end of the day. So use this as a learning opportunity, customers and Dashers too. If you see an order that's paying ridiculously low amount, it may be a situation where that customer placed that order on the merchant website, and that means that it's going to give you more hassle and it's going to give you less money. And that's really what it all boils down to. Don't accept orders that give you more hassle for less money. And customers, don't place orders for delivery that do not have their own in-house delivery drivers, because what's going to happen is your tip is going to go straight to corporate. Your driver is going to be mad because you're going to have to go through 4 or 5 drivers until that order get to a level where it's acceptable and somebody is making decent money. And then you can have all parties be happy. Wingstop be happy, they made their money. DoorDash be happy, the driver be happy, and you as the customer will be happy as well.